Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up, what up, what up?
And today's episode of Movie Social review, we're going to be doing a review on one of the biggest blockbusters of 2020. One of the movies everybody was looking forward and waiting to see, Wonder Woman 1984. Jeez, 1984, where were we? Oh yeah, we weren't even born yet.
A glimmer in someone's eye.
Not even a glimmer yet. We weren't even existing. Goes to show how long ago that was. But before we break down that review for this movie, if you like what we're doing on this channel with these reviews for movies, TV shows, video games, and anime, and you want to support the channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share the video on the channel with your family and friends. And so, Steph, for this 2.5 hour long movie, what was your reaction?
I'm glad I was able to pause it and go pee. But no, in all seriousness though, I enjoyed it. I don't typically care for DC theatrical movies, if that makes sense. If it makes sense.
No, I certainly understand because most of these DC movies have flopped.
Yes, but this one was pretty decent. I enjoyed this one. Again, the characters that we enjoyed in the first one were back, kinda. The villain in this one, it wasn't
the dual villains.
The dual villain, villains? Yeah. But one of the villains wasn't your typical villain, which made it a little bit more relatable due to the fact that it could have been anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. And then I believe her name is Mrs. Cheetah or something like that. I think that's the name of the actual villain.
Mm-hmm.
Her on-screen debut was awesome, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed seeing her go wild. And I'm going to talk about that fight scene for a second there because Wonder Woman was getting her handed to her for a second there.
Multiple times.
Yes. But yeah, so I enjoyed it for this blockbuster that we got to see at the Christmas special.
And yes, it's out now on HBO Max and also in theaters for those who have theaters open. Now, for those that are going to be watching on HBO Max, you have until the end of January to watch it before it leaves.
January 24th, I believe so.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's on there for like 31 days,
yes.
or 30 days or so. And you can watch it in 4K. So you can get the whole cinematic experience if you have the equipment at home. But
minus the movie theater popcorn.
Oh, no. You can get that too.
Oh, if you get the right, you gotta get the right brand.
Do it right.
You gotta get the right brand.
Oh, or make your own. You gotta know how to do it right.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, it definitely was an entertaining film. It was great to see. Yes, it felt a bit longer, maybe because watching it at home versus watching inside a theater. I don't know. Sometimes things feel longer. To me, yes, it was less action, but that didn't take away from the film. If anything, it helped develop the characters and the story a lot better. Because sometimes when you have a lot of action, you don't get enough time to develop the storyline and the plot a lot.
Agreed.
And what would you say is your favorite and least favorite moment?
So, my least favorite, right, is not the fact that it was just like, I didn't like it. I wanted more of it. I wanted to see more of Miss Cheetah engaged because she didn't become fully Miss Cheetah until, the last 30 minutes or something or so. So, I wanted to actually see her more engaged because she was giving Wonder Woman that work. Now, we all know, or people who do know, that this is basically one of Wonder Woman's like arch rivals. They are like, they always go at it. And you did get to see some of her animal instincts or that apex predator come out, but from what I read in the comics before, it's nowhere near what it could be. But again, maybe just because this was just their first time being in the movie, maybe next movie they're going to ratchet it up when our paths meet again, or if it even does meet again, because
we still don't know if there's going to be a third one. The way DC goes, who knows?
exactly.
Anyway.
But I just wanted to see more. Not that it was bad that of how she was used. I just wanted to see more. That's it. My favorite would have been the fact that, you know, I like the storyline of you wish for something and it takes something else that's near and dear to you. Mm-hmm. And like for Diana, it was her powers were going away. Mm-hmm. For other people, you know,
money, everything.
Yeah, like security, family, kindness, you know, and stuff like that was going away. And
humanitarian.
Say it again.
Your humanity.
Oh yeah, your humanity. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. But yeah, and then when you had everyone wishing, and like the guy wished, like I don't know if it was his wife or something like that, or his girlfriend, whatever, wished that she would just drop dead, and she literally dropped dead. And like to see his face, I was like, yo. You say stuff to like that to people because you're angry. You don't really mean it. Some people do. Some people do. But there's some people who just say it out of frustration and anger. And
it just happened.
It just happened. And like his whole face changed. And it was insane. It's just like, it was like the story of people wishing for stuff. And then like it coming and being granted like that was just literally insane. And I enjoyed the story, actually. I enjoyed that the villain wasn't someone that was, I'm going to say almighty, but someone who was just a regular person.
With a God complex.
Exactly.
Once again.
Who was being able to be defeated by the love of his son. Like that right there is different.
But to me, it wasn't even just the love of his son that defeated him. It was the fact of what he became and was about to lose his son in a way.
True. That's what, yeah. So when you're about to lose a son, the love of your son. I mean, he could have.
He didn't love him for a moment there too. At one point, because that to me, that's the part I hated. The fact that he got to the point where he already had the money and all that, but he just was being so greedy.
He wanted more and more and more. That's what it's saying. Why not more?
Mm-hmm.
And let me toss it off to you. Let you lay your parts up. But that was just my favorite part there.
Yeah. I mean, that was to me the worst part of it all. Seeing him disown his son in a way just because he wants more and wants to be more powerful and greedy and all that. And I'm like, it's taking a toll on your health. At some point, something's got to give for it. Which I wish they would have divulged deeper into that about his health with all that, because that was interesting. And I'm mad that they didn't go over the route of her following what the inscription said on the device to put it back on the actual thing.
Okay.
Because they could have put the thing on his wrist, probably would have turned him
to the actual stone. Yeah.
Oh, would have. But who knows what would have happened with the wishes. But it was sad to see Chris Pine's character come back and then go away. We all were wondering how in the world he's made it in 1984 after dying or vanishing in the first one. And I'm like, okay then. Now we see how. And it was sad to see him go. But she had to do what she had to do to get the powers back. And we finally got to see the invisible plane. That was part of my favorite parts. You know, granted it wasn't the actual her traditional invisible plane, but we got to see it being invisible. Even the backstory, well, not the backstory, but the beginning where it showed her as a child was great.
That was great. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Now, I don't remember because, again, the first one came out a while ago.
Yeah.
Did she fly in the first one?
We didn't see her fly.
So we got to see her actually fly this time around.
Yeah.
Which was great. That was great as well.
And then, again, the end credit scene. For those that stuck around and watched it.
I didn't. Please enlighten me.
We got to see the original Wonder Woman appear in the end credit scenes, which sets up a lot for a possible third film, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But I really can't wait to see what happens with all of that. It was, again, a very entertaining movie. Now, of course, set aside 2.5 hours to watch this. Because, again, it is quite a bit lengthy.
Now, before we continue, before we finish up, this is Warner Brothers, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to give a huge shout out to Warner Brothers for doing what they're doing with the whole. They're releasing their movies.
Well, they have no choice because
They don't, but
it's either you delay or you put it in theaters and you don't get the wide audience.
yeah. But huge shout out to them because they're starting with this one. They're putting all their huge blockbusters out on HBO Max, starting with this one, continuing to all of them. I think they said all of them from 2021.
At least all of 2021. I think this is something that's going to stick permanently, even past COVID, because it's something that makes it easily accessible for everybody. And then also with the fact that a lot of theaters are closing up for good, because we've already seen a few theaters in the city here in Philadelphia closing up shop for good. So it makes it a lot easier for a lot of people to be able to still be able to watch those same blockbusters without having to leave their homes. And for people that probably can't go out to the movies or has kids where it's hard for them to actually watch a movie or sit through a whole movie, it's easier for them to still be able to watch this. Now, I do expect maybe after 2021 the prices to go up for
sure
subscription, but I would definitely, if I'm Disney, take a note out of this. Now, me personally, I would like to see the Avenger movies in theaters just for that effect. But I will also say this: don't keep delaying them due to COVID. Get them on Disney Plus. Do not do like you did with Mulan, charging another $20 plus, almost $30 for the movie when you're already paying a subscription. If you have to go up on your subscription price, go up on it. But
you can easily recoup that and going up the subscription prices.
But it turns to be a win for HBO and Warner Media, aka AT&T.
Yes,
who owns Warner Cable now. But we know the theater chains were fighting on this, but we'll see what happens down the line with their next installments of films, including Tom and Jerry.
Can't wait to see that.
But what you recommend Wonder Woman good time?
Definitely recommend it. As we stated, man, get your popcorn, get your goobers. I don't know who eats goobers anymore, but
get your jujubes.
Them things nasty. Yeah, man, just enjoy it. Get ready to sit there 2.5 hours and enjoy a good movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, you see me right here with this chair here. This is me the whole film.
Just gonna put your feet up in the video.
I mean, that was me the whole movie. 2.5 hours. It's just like, what was it? 7.5 hours of Red Zone, how they say, every time it come on. That was me, geared up and ready. 12 p.m. And I liked how they did it as well. They didn't release it at midnight or anything like that. 12 p.m. Eastern time is when they dropped it.
Around lunchtime, everybody's finished, depending on your family.
At least everybody's up, did their gifts or whatever for those that celebrate the holidays, and did whatever. And a lot of theaters generally don't open until around 12 o'clock for shows. So it was coinciding so that way you still had that theater experience in a way. And there were people that went to go see it in theaters. I've seen on Twitter people taking photos and that. Now, I would have loved to see this in theaters. I've seen the first one. My kids loved the first one. They liked the second one as well. But seeing it in theaters versus at home, there is a trade-off, of course.
Yes.
But you know one thing you don't have to deal with? Annoying people that talk during the movie at home.
That is true.
But it is what it is. Let us know in the comments below if you enjoyed Wonder Woman 1984. If you didn't enjoy it, did you like it more than the first and second one? Which one did you like? And please don't say it had less action. That's why you don't like it as much. Because that does not make it a better movie, having more action versus not having more action. Let us know, and until next time.